Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Tom.
Ooh, it's our psychology unit, which means we're going to delve into people's brains, their minds, why they think the way they do. I have to admit, Tom, I love to go shopping, especially when I need a little pick-me-up. Maybe I'm feeling a little down or I had a bad day. I don't necessarily go to the mall, though. I get online. And I buy too many things from Amazon, I'll be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something psychological going on there, which has to do, I guess, with dopamine. What is that, an enzyme or something?
It's a chemical in our bodies, yeah.
A chemical, right.
Makes you happy.
Makes you happy, exactly. So, yes, as I was preparing our lesson for today, I saw this and I thought, gee, there's got to be other ways to stimulate dopamine besides going out and buying stuff.
Yeah, exercise.
Exercise or learning new things or going for a walk in the woods.
Yeah, hanging out with your best friend.
Having a conversation with somebody new, like meeting strangers or something, meeting some new friends and stuff like that. It doesn't seem like we do that enough anymore.
True.
But in any case, if you do have this problem of going out and buying all sorts of stuff that you don't need, and then you keep it in your house and it piles up, and eventually you just can't move around in the house, well, maybe you should listen to our lesson today to break yourself of this nasty habit. So don't fall victim to the shopping high. So let's get to it. Let's read the entire contents of our lesson now, one time.
A woman is holding bags of shopping in each hand, the handles cutting into her palms. She reaches into her purse and pulls out her credit card. She's wearing such a huge smile on her face that it's hard to believe she's actually swimming in debt. Apparently, the old saying, "Money can't buy happiness," doesn't seem to apply to her. The real reason for her joy, however, has less to do with cash and much more to do with human biology. As humans, our brains are wired to appreciate and seek out novel sights, sounds, and experiences. This is why getting hold of a fashionable pair of sneakers or the latest smartphone gives us so much pleasure. Shopping, just like other enjoyable experiences, triggers the brain's reward center to release the feel-good chemical, dopamine. This is the same chemical that floods the brain when people engage in addictive behaviors, like drug use and gambling. Every time you buy something, you get a hit of dopamine. However, just as people under the influence of drugs or alcohol make bad choices, the high from shopping can also cause people to make poor financial decisions. With shopping becoming easier than ever, it can be tempting to spend money on things you don't need. The next time you go shopping, create a list and stick to it. Leave your credit cards at home and pay for your purchases with cash. If you're about to make an impulse buy, walk away from it for a few minutes. If you take some time to reconsider the purchase, you might find that you don't want it all that badly. Be smart about shopping so you don't get caught up in a shopping high.
Okay, everybody, it's our unit on psychology as we continue through the month of August here, getting ready for school to start in just a couple of weeks. I hope you're all set. But, of course, you might still have some time to head down to your local department store or shopping center and do some shopping. But we're going to tell you, don't fall victim to the shopping high. It's, of course, okay to go buy the stuff you need and stuff like that. Or, be good to yourself once in a while and buy something for yourself. But don't overdo it. Don't fall victim to the shopping high. which means, yeah, don't just keep buying stuff just because it's fun to buy stuff, okay? Don't overdo it. So in this title here, we've got the phrase to fall victim to something, which means to be cheated or to let yourself do something that you shouldn't do. For example, they often tell us, don't fall victim to scams.
Right.
Or don't fall victim to scammers. Like people who call you on the phone, you know, and you answer, "喂, bah, 我被绑架了." I got a call like that one time, you know. So that's like a scam. They're trying to get you to pay them money because we'll give your son back, you know, if you pay us 10 million NT dollars or something like that. I know somebody who fell victim to that, so you got to watch out. But in this particular case, we're not talking about falling victim to scammers, but not falling victim to shopping too much.
Yeah, we're calling it a shopping high. A high is usually used in this way to talk about someone who has taken drugs, you know, so bad drugs that make them high. So, yeah, it kind of makes you feel good if you're doing something you really enjoy. Not everyone loves shopping. My dad hates it. I think more boys don't like it than girls. I do like to shop, not at the mall because sometimes I get tired of walking around. My mother could shop for hours and hours, but I do shop online too much. So here's our scenario, our little scene that our writer has created. A woman's holding bags of shopping in each hand, and the handles are cutting into her palms. Sometimes shopping bags don't have very comfortable handles that you have to grip, you know, and carry them around. It's not very fun. Now, if it's cutting into your palms, it's very uncomfortable. And if you hold those bags too long, it really can either hurt your back or your hands will start bleeding. It's bad. So she reaches into her purse and pulls out that dangerous little thing called a credit card.
Yep, or plastic, as we refer to it sometimes in the United States. How are you going to pay? With cash or plastic? I'm going to use plastic today. Whereas here in Taiwan, they always ask, are you going to pay in cash or do you want to 刷卡? 付现或是刷卡. We say pay in plastic. Is that what they say? I haven't gone shopping in the United States.
Cash or charge. You'll also hear that, guys, cash or charge. Yeah, I actually am not so bad about putting it on my credit card, but I should be saving more of my money, that's for sure. So she's wearing a huge smile. Why is she so happy? Well, it's hard to believe that even though she appears to be happy, she's swimming in debt. If you're swimming in something, it just means you're almost drowning. You've got so much debt. Or maybe you could say, oh, he's swimming in cash. That's a good thing.
That would be
Someone's
good, yeah.
very wealthy. Yeah, he's swimming in cash. But if you're swimming in debt, it means you've been charging things using your credit card too much. And, you know, guess what, guys? You have to pay that back. So it feels fun when you first charge it or put something on a credit card. But later, when you have to start paying it back, it's no fun.
I hate paying with a credit card because I hate the idea that I owe somebody something. Yeah. I think a lot of people feel the same way, so I always prefer to pay in cash. I don't like to have that debt on my conscience.
Hanging over your head, yeah.
Indeed, but some people don't mind that. Apparently, the old saying, money can't buy happiness, doesn't seem to apply to her. Apparently, it seems that this is true. That's what apparently means. Apparently, you haven't done the job yet. I told you to do this yesterday, but you haven't done it. Apparently, as far as I can see, as far as I know, you have not done this. So it's probably true that this saying, money can't buy happiness, doesn't apply to her. So, indeed, money can't buy happiness. We often say that. I've heard that before. I don't know how true that is. I would say, yeah, maybe money can't buy happiness, but people who have money seem to be a lot happier than those who don't have money.
I don't even think it's happiness so much for me. I think having money is very helpful when you have a crisis. You know, at least you can pay for it. The other big famous saying is money can't buy you love. A lot of very wealthy people don't have much love in their lives. So don't always be jealous of people with money. A lot of them aren't happy. But I have to say it's a lot easier to live on this earth if you can pay your bills easily. So, yeah, it's not all bad. So it doesn't seem to apply to her because she seems to spend her money and then be happy about it afterwards. The real reason for her joy, however, has less to do with cash and much more to do with human biology. So now we're going to explain what process takes place inside our minds and bodies when we're doing something we really enjoy.
Okay, so let's get into the science of this. As humans, or because we are human beings, our brains are wired to appreciate and seek out novel sights, sounds, and experiences. That's just a result of evolution, I guess. Our brains are wired to do this. They're programmed to do that. We appreciate new things and we seek them out. So if you appreciate something, that means you recognize the value of something. You often hear this from people. Gee, I work so hard, but nobody appreciates the things I do for them. You might hear your mother say that, or your father, or something like that. And so we appreciate new things and we seek them out. If we seek something out, we look for it because we want to find it, to seek it out. Novel here just means new and interesting. So we're looking for new things to see, to hear, and to experience. That's why people love to travel. They like to try new restaurants, read different books, look at new YouTube videos. We're always looking for some kind of stimulation.
Not everybody enjoys novel sight, sound, and experiences. I was just thinking about my dad. He likes his routine. So if you say, hey, Dad, we're going to go on a family vacation, he's like, oh, I'd just rather stay home. Not everybody likes that sort of thing, but I find it very interesting, of course, to try different things I've never done before. So this is why getting hold of a fashionable pair of sneakers, maybe we're talking about, an expensive pair of Adidas or Nikes. And when we say expensive, they can be almost $200 US. Or maybe you were able to buy the latest smartphone. These things can give you a lot of pleasure. Now, if you get hold of something, it just means you're able to access it, to buy it. It's different than the phrase to get a hold of someone. A hold, A-H-O-L-D, one word, would mean you're able to contact someone. But getting hold of something means you're able to find it, and typically you can purchase it, you can buy it.
That's right. I'd like to get hold of a new bicycle with a big frame. I'm kind of tall, so it's kind of hard to find a bicycle that's big enough for me. So I'd like to get hold of a big bicycle. But here, lots of people just love to get hold of a fashionable pair of sneakers or the latest smartphone or maybe the newest video game or something like that or whatever. That just gives us so much pleasure and produces that dopamine, which we'll get to in just a second. But right now we're going to take a break and listen to our Chinese teacher.
Hello everyone, my name is Tina. 文章的一刚开始描述一个女人购物的状态，在第一个空格前半句提到她笑得如此之开怀，以至于 It's hard to believe she's actually swimming in blank one. 那么呢，很难相信实际上是怎么样，在哪里游泳呢？如果看到今天后面的文章，你会发现，那么冲动购物实在很糟糕，尽管已经负债累累，但是还是继续的买。所以搭配上下文意，第一题我们可以选择 F 选项的 debt， 其实就是有负债的意思。讲到某人 swimming in debt， 也就是指这个人负债累累。第一题的标准答案就选择 F, debt。 第二个空格提到Apparently, the old saying, money can't buy happiness, doesn't seem to blank to her. 在这里提到，显然的，古老的俗话说，金钱买不到幸福这样子的谚语，似乎对他来说是不怎么样的。他还是继续的花钱，尽管负债累累，而且呢，提到笑得很开心。看来金钱买不到快乐，这样子的谚语是不适用于他身上的。所以第二题的标准答案就选择 B, apply to， 也就是指某个事情适用于某人的意思。第三个空格的句子写着 The real reason for her joy, however, has less to do with cash and much more to do with human blank 3. 事实上，她快乐的真正原因跟现金没有太大的关系，但是却跟人类的什么有着显著的关联呢？接下来第二段会提到，这跟人体的机制运作，因为人呢有这样子的机制运作，你就会因为购物而感到快乐。所以在这里呢，我们要引言是跟人类的生物学有关，所以第三题就选择 D 选项 Biology 生物学。第二段提到呢，其实人类大脑设计就是要来寻找新奇的东西。第四个空格的句子提到 This is why getting hold of a and blank 4 pair of sneakers or the latest smartphone gives us so much pleasure. 这也就是为什么我们获得一双怎么样的运动鞋或最新的智慧型手机会带给我们这么多的快乐。既然前面有提到是新奇的东西，搭配文意，第四题就可以选择 G 选项 fashionable 流行的意思。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's continue with our lesson, shall we? So, again, we're talking about the reason why we get so excited when we buy new things. Why do we have this shopping high? You don't want to fall victim to that. It's fun, of course, to buy stuff. Of course, we all, should get pleasure. We want to have pleasure. But my goodness, if you spend so much money, you could send your family into debt, and therefore you could not send your daughter or son to Harvard or Oxford or something like that. You'll have to forget all about them because you have all those shopping debts, and that's not good. So let's talk some more about this experience here. Shopping, just like other enjoyable experiences, triggers the brain's reward center to release the feel-good chemical dopamine. Dopamine, okay? You probably have that written in your magazine there. It's a certain hormone, I believe. And, of course, if you have
chemical.
these...
Yeah.
A chemical, okay.
Yeah.
So if you have these experiences, like shopping, maybe some people could get this experience by climbing Mount Everest or something like that, or going scuba diving or something, or traveling to an exotic place that will give you this kind of sensation of pleasure, and that, of course... results in the release of dopamine, which is a chemical here. Chemicals, of course, are anything made out of substances. Of course, we've all studied chemistry before. A chemical could be hydrogen, oxygen. Of course, those are elements, but then when you mix them together, you get different chemicals. You get the idea.
Yeah, if you trigger something, guys, it just means you cause something to start functioning. We use trigger a lot when we talk about someone shooting with a gun. There's a trigger. It's a little thing on the gun that once you pull it, then it shoots. So trigger something just means to cause something to start happening or existing. Peanuts can trigger someone's allergy. We were talking about allergies in one of our units in the magazine. So again, when you're doing something you really enjoy, this triggers your brain's reward center. And it's your brain that releases that chemical dopamine that makes you feel great.
Right, and I think you can get that from other ways, other sources. So let's go on here. It says this is the same chemical that floods the brain when people engage in addictive behaviors like drug use and gambling and probably playing with your phone and getting line messages. My goodness, we probably get this instant sensation of excitement when we hear that ding dong. Oh, I got another line message. I've got to check it out. What's going on? I don't want to miss out. So yes, we do get this dopamine that floods our brain when we engage in these addictive behaviors. Addictive just means it's something you got to do. Smoking is addictive. Gambling, I guess, is addictive as well. I don't gamble myself, but
yeah.
I used to smoke many years ago, and yes, you can get addicted to cigarettes. It's very difficult to quit. I've quit for many years now, but if people are still smoking, they might be addicted to smoking, or unfortunately, you might be addicted to drug use or gambling.
I think I was addicted to potato chips for a while.
Uh-oh.
Man, I wanted
Salty.
a bag every day. It was terrible. It is. It's the salt. So addictive, anything that's addictive behavior just means it's almost like you can't stop yourself from doing something or eating something. If you find that your body's in charge, you need to move away from that addictive behavior. You don't want to be addicted to anything. A lot of people are addicted to coffee. You know, they wake up in the morning. If they don't have a cup of coffee, the world ends. Yeah, so be careful with that stuff. Every time you buy something, you get a hit of dopamine. We use this phrase to talk about drugs. Usually get a hit of something that makes you feel, you know, pretty good. Dopamine does make you feel good. So you don't always use this hit of something unless you're talking about some sort of drug. Typically, it could be nicotine that's in cigarettes, or maybe someone's addicted to cocaine or heroin. That's a bad thing.
I did want to add that the word addictive here talks about the thing itself. Like, don't smoke cigarettes. They are addictive. But a phrase we often use is to be addicted to something.
Or the person themselves are called, he's an addict, or she's an addict. And we'll say he's a drug addict, or she's a shopaholic.
Or like the old Robert Palmer song, might as well face it, you're addicted to love.
Yeah.
But that was, my goodness, 40 years ago. Who knows? But in any case, yes, you do get that dopamine flooding your brain when you engage in addictive behavior, like using drugs, gambling, or shopping. And every time you buy something, you get a hit of dopamine. Oh, that's kind of a drug term there. Get a hit of something. If you're at a party and somebody's passing around a joint, hey, let me have a hit of that joint, okay?
Yeah, we talked about that, yeah.
We don't condone that.
No,
but,
bad.
You want to be careful there. So, however, just as people under the influence of drugs or alcohol make bad choices, the high from shopping can also cause people to make poor financial decisions.
True.
So we've got alcohol here. You might be addicted to alcohol or be influenced by alcohol. You know, beer, wine, vodka, stuff like that. So, yes, if you're influenced by alcohol, you make bad choices. And if you have a shopper's high, yes, you can make poor decisions then as well. You buy a lot of stuff that you don't need.
So moving on to the final paragraph, it says, with shopping becoming easier than ever, and what our writer is referring to, of course, is nowadays we can shop online. You don't even have to leave your apartment. And it's so convenient here in Taiwan because a lot of these online shopping sites like, was it Momo? Is it Moma or Moma? Momo and
yeah,
PC
MoMA's
Home.
a museum, isn't it?
Yeah. So these will deliver sometimes within 24 hours, which is very convenient. Sometimes it can be too tempting to spend your money on things you really don't need. The next time you go shopping, could be outside at a mall or in your house, shopping online. Create a list of things that you might need and stick to it. If you stick to it, you keep your eye on that list and you don't do anything that's not on that list. Sometimes I'll do that when I go to the grocery store and I'm hungry, because if I'm hungry, I tend to pick up junk food. So if I have a list, I don't let myself buy anything else that's not on the list. Stick to something. You can stick to a habit that's really good for you. I like to go to the gym in the morning. Sometimes it's hard to stick to that goal if it's cold or rainy outside, but stick to it means you don't give up. You keep your eye on the ball or your eye on your goals.
That's right. And they also say don't go shopping when you're hungry.
Yeah.
So, yes, stick to your list. Don't pick up an extra bag of potato chips or some cherry pie or something like that.
Some ice cream.
Also, leave your credit cards at home and pay for your purchases purchases with cash.
Yeah.
Pay in cash because you can feel it more that way. And if you're about to make an impulse buy, walk away from it for a few minutes. Impulse here just means you do something without really thinking about it. You just do it. You just have this urge and you can't control it. It's an uncontrollable urge. Boy, I just want that thing so bad. I'm just going to buy it. I'm not even going to think about it.
If you've been to the grocery store, you'll notice, well, even the convenience stores, they have a lot of little items at the counter. Those are called impulse purchases or impulse items. They know that you're standing in line, you're bored, and you might pick up an extra candy bar or whatever there is available. Be careful with that, too. So if you take some time to reconsider the purchase, you might find that, you know what? I don't really need it very badly, or I don't really need it all that badly. Yeah, sometimes just having some space and thinking about your long-term goals will stop you from buying dumb things.
Yes, and be smart about shopping so you don't get caught up in a shopping high. To get caught up in something just means you get swept away by that thing. You have no control of that thing, and you are a victim. You fall victim to shoppers high.
You can also be, but Tom, you can also be caught up in a good way. Oh, I was caught up in the excitement of Christmas.
True, yes.
Yeah,
it's an
emotion that just kind of, is overwhelming sometimes, good and bad.
Oh, I could get caught up in Christmas. My goodness, I could sing Christmas carols all day long. But unfortunately, we still got 4 months to go for that. Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Here comes our Chinese teacher.
接着第5个空格，我们提到呢，他说 shopping 中间的句子我们就不看了。Shopping triggers the brain's reward center to blank 5 the feel-good chemical dopamine. 提到购物呢会引发 trigger， 引发大脑的酬偿中枢里面怎么样使人愉悦的化学物质，因为刺激它就会释放出这样的化学物质。搭配文意跟文法，第5题可以选择 A 选项 release， 也就是有释放的意思。This is the same chemical that floods the brain when people blank 6 addictive behaviors. 其实同样的化学物质呢，它会跑到大脑里面，就跟我们怎么样成瘾的行为，像是吸毒跟赌博，我们从事这些行为的时候，同样会释放出相同的化学物质。第6个空格可以选择 E 选项 engage in， 也就是有从事跟参与的意思。第7个空格我们直接看后半句。The high from shopping can also cause people to make poor blank 7 decisions. 当你购物很嗨，它的快感也可能会使人们做出很糟糕的怎么样的决定呢？购物购得很高兴，可是却不知道自己财政已经有困难了，做出这个很糟糕的财务的决定。第7题我们就可以选择 J 选项 financial 形容词，也就是有财务的意思。第8个空格 With shopping becoming easier than ever, it can be blank aid to spend money on things you don't need. 在这里提到，随着购物变得比以往都更容易，那么花钱乱买不需要的东西就变得是怎么样？在 be 动词后面可以放一个形容词。第8题搭配文意，我们可以选择 C 选项 tempting 吸引人的、诱人的，因为购物太容易了，所以花钱买你不需要的东西就变得更诱惑人了。第9个空格 If you take some time to blank 9 the purchase, you might find that you don't want it all that badly. 如果你花一些时间怎么样这样子的购物，你也许会发现其实你没有那么的想要买这件东西，所以就是叫你要停下来再一下的思考，重新考虑。第9题搭配文意，我们可以选择 I 选项的 reconsider。第10个空格就是告诉你 be 动词后面加一个形容词 be blank 10 about shopping。购物的时候一定要聪明，这样子你就不会陷入购物的快感当中了。 搭配文意跟文法。第10题的标准答案就选择 H 选项 smart， 也就是聪明的意思。OK， 以上就是今天的课文讲解，谢谢收听。
Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Thank you so much for joining us. And please join us again next time for another edition of our program. And maybe by listening to our program, you can get English high. From all of us here at English Digest, I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
Bye.